Good morning. Hi, everybody. It is November 2nd, and as you know, if you've seen any of my posts, this is Diabetic Awareness Month, the month of November. So every day I'll be coming on here and sharing something. I'm going to try to do them live every day this year, the month of November. So today is November 2nd, and if you only watch one video that I ever do on type 1, if you only share one video I ever do on type 1, I pray this is it. And here's why. If you're not someone who's a type 1 family, there are some very distinct, very easy signs to recognize in order to catch somebody before they become very, very sick with type 1. The problem is these signs can often be mistaken or attributed to other things. So the key is stringing the signs together. So here's what I want to share with you. I'll just tell you the warning signs. I'm going to tell you our personal story. I have them on my computer screen because I don't want to miss one, because Molly didn't have all of these, but I'll tell you which ones she did have. So the warning signs of type 1 are excessive thirst, frequent urination, bedwetting or heavy diapers if they're really little, vision change and headaches, rapid weight loss, increased appetite, irritability and mood changes. Good luck if they're a teenager. You'll never be able to distinguish it. Fatigue and weakness, stomach pain, nausea, vomiting, fruity breath, a rapid heartbeat, or rapid heavy breathing, sorry. Here's the thing. Those signs can often be mistaken for a stomach virus, strep throat, a growth spurt, or a urinary tract infection. We thought Molly had a urinary tract infection and was in a growth spurt. I still carry guilt. I missed these warning signs. I knew which ones she had. I didn't know to string them together. That was what I missed. I didn't know. I shouldn't have guilt. It's irrational guilt because I didn't know. You don't know what you don't know, which is why I come on here and which is why I share and why I try to advocate. If you are not a type 1 family, those warning signs, one of them, two of them, multiple, strung together, can tell you that there's an issue. Here's the good news. You can go to a pediatrician, a quick clinic, and ask for a simple blood prick or finger prick for a blood test to check blood sugars. It's not really that simple. I mean, to really diagnose this as type 1, they'd have to do a further blood test. But to get a baseline, if they just do a simple finger prick, they will be able to tell pretty quickly whether they need to do further investigation or whether everything is okay. So my point of this is ask for it. I had a friend this week, one of my very best friends for my whole entire life, and her daughter hadn't been feeling well. So they went to the pediatrician and she said, hey, do a quick blood sugar check. And they did, and it was fine. But she knew because of the sharing that we've done that was a simple thing to ask for, and it was probably a wise thing to ask for. So the signs that Molly had, she had excessive thirst and frequent urination. But those kind of can go together, right? If someone's drinking a lot, they're going to urinate a lot. We were training for a Walt Disney World run, and so we attributed to the excess thirst to her exercising more. She was, at 9 years old, she hadn't had a bedwetting accident since she was 3 years old at night. She started wetting the bed, and like 4 or 5 times a night. I didn't know that was a sign. What I thought was she maybe had a bladder issue. We had talked about taking her to a urologist. Never in a million years thought type 1. We have no history of it in our family. Rapid weight loss. We don't weigh our kids at home, but she had strep throat and had been to the doctor a few times and had lost 21 pounds in 11 days. Is that right? No, 21 pounds in a month, 11 pounds in 8 days, because we had been to the doctor for other issues. So rapid weight loss. She was irritable and had mood changes, but again, she was 9 years old. She's kind of going into preteen, so we kind of attributed that to just being a teenager. The weight loss, we thought maybe she was just in a growth spurt, so we kind of like poo-pooed that off. That was pretty much it for Molly. Those were the signs. So she didn't have them all, but she certainly had some of them. We attributed them away to other issues. But when you strung them all together, it was so clear that you don't know what you don't know. So that's why I'm saying, if you only watch one video that I ever do on type 1, if you only share one video I ever do on type 1, I pray this is it. Because knowing those signs and being able to tell somebody if they're telling you about a sick kid, or if they themselves aren't feeling well. I mean, type 1 diabetes is known as juvenile diabetes, but adults get it all the time. I have several friends that weren't diagnosed until they were in their 20s, 30s, 40s. It certainly is more prevalent in children and diagnosed more in children, but it is not exclusive to being diagnosed in children. So you knowing these signs, being aware of these signs, could save a life. Truly, it could save a life. And it can't reverse a diagnosis, but it can keep a child or someone you love from being in the hospital, in diabetic ketoacidosis, in a coma, losing their life. All those things happen if it isn't caught quick. And this is not one of those diseases that could have a slow onset. Some chronic diseases, some diseases in general, you kind of have slow warning signs, and then it's kind of a buildup over several months or years. This blood sugar can change on a dime. So literally, Molly ran a 5K on a Friday and a 10K on a Saturday and was diagnosed on a Monday. Now, she didn't feel well over the weekend, but she was still functioning. She was upright. She was normal, acting and behaving normal. So that's why I said these signs are super, super important to know. I'm going to go over them one more time. Excessive thirst, frequent urination, bedwetting or heavy diaper changes, vision change, headaches, rapid weight loss, increased appetite, irritability, mood changes, fatigue, weakness, stomach pain, nausea, vomiting, fruity breath odor, and rapid, heavy breathing, often mistaken for the flu, a virus, strep throat, growth spurt, or urinary tract infection. So bottom line, if you have any of these signs, if you know of anybody who has these signs, just say to them, you know what, go to your doctor and just ask for a quick blood sugar check while you're getting checked up. That's all it takes. It takes just a moment to get that done. Literally, it's the prick of a finger, a drop of blood, and the machine tells you what it is. If that number comes back and it's not normal or not in normal range, they may do a further test, which is called an A1C, which again is just a simple drop of blood, but it gives you a longer scope of the blood sugar. It gives you an average over 3 months, which tells them a kind of a more clear story. So again, I still carry irrational guilt about missing the signs. Molly didn't feel well, but she's a tough cookie. I didn't know to string all those things together. Still working on forgiving myself, even though I know in my brain I couldn't have done anything different because I didn't have the knowledge. So please listen, watch, learn. That's why I share. That's why I come on here. That's why the month of November I come on here every single day. It's a heavy month for me because it's kind of daunting to think about sharing something personal every single day, even though I'm pretty much an open book. It's still a little overwhelming to do it. I do it once a week normally, so doing it 7 days a week is a lot. But I'm wearing my blue for diabetic awareness. I'm going to try to wear as much blue this month as I can. I'm definitely going to come on here and share every day. So thanks for following along. Thanks for loving Molly. Thanks for caring enough about other people in your life that may not even be diagnosed yet, that you can just put these signs in the back of your head. And if somebody mentions them to you, string them together for them, or at least tell them, even if you're not sure, just say, go get it. Ask for a simple blood sugar test. That's all it takes. And it can literally save a life. So that's why I come on here. So thanks for loving us. Thanks for following along. I'll be back tomorrow on November 3rd. You're going to hear from me every month. So if you don't want to hear, you feel free to block me. This was not a passion of mine, of course, until my daughter herself was diagnosed. And so now it's a passion and a mission to help other people through this journey, to help my own daughter through this journey with more compassion and understanding. And to honestly, sharing helps me process some of this as well, because like I said, I still have guilt. It's something we deal with every single day. So being open about my journey kind of allows me, you guys are kind of my therapist, to be quite honest. Did you know that? Did you want to be my therapist? Have a great day. I appreciate you guys so much, and you will see my face again tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Thanks.